welcome back to my channel. I'm pretty sure you are excited for the part 3 of this 3-part series, which is how to film natural hair content, beginner friendly, a beginner's guide. And in this video I'm going to be showing you how I edit my Instagram natural hair videos on my mobile phone. So if you're interested, pretty sure you're interested, because I mean that video was bomb. So if you're interested, then you want to keep on watching. First of all, I want to introduce you guys to this app. I think this is not the first time I'm talking about this app here on my channel. This is my all-time fave. This app 3 months ago was free. I mean, it didn't have the watermark. You could just edit, export, and that's it, and it was bomb. But right now, these people decided to upgrade. They decided to wisen up, and for me that is just heartbreaking because right now you have to pay. It's totally worth it. I'm not even kidding you guys. Basically, if you get the things that I'm going to be sharing in this video, you can apply it to whichever app which you use. Okay, so it's basically about the concept and basically the editing style. Just try to follow through with my video and you would see how you can incorporate whatever you learn from here into your own video editing software or video editing app. You don't have to use the one I use. So basically just try to concentrate and follow me closely so that you can grab 1 or 2 things and apply that to your own editing process. Okay, so now let's just go. Okay, so this is the app which we're going to be using. Is the Video Lip and Light app. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead to add the clips which I want to use, and just click on this add sign, scroll to where I have my videos, and import every single thing which I want to use and add to project. Okay, so that's downloading. It take a while. So this is what we're working with. Because I filmed this in the YouTube ratio, that is landscape mode, this is what it's looking like. It looks like a YouTube video, right? So I'm going to go on to canvas first of all, come to the formats. You can either pick 1:1, right? This is what it's going to look like, or you can pick 3:4 for Instagram, whichever one suits you. But I think I want to work with ratio 3:4. Now you can see that there are some black bars. What you're going to do to remove those black bars, just click on the video you're working on, go down to transform, and then fill it up. So that just fills up the whole space. And then this is the Instagram aspect ratio, right? So this is what we're working with. Is I'm going to do the same thing to all these other clips. It's better you do it at the beginning than when you have smaller sections of clips to work with. That might be more tasking. Okay, so I'm going to do that to all the other clips, and then we'll come back to the next step. Okay guys, so this is the finished. This is what everything is looking like. You can see that there are no black bars, okay, and everything amounts to 1 hour 2 minutes 30 seconds, which is quite a lot. So the next thing which I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead to just trim this to the sections which I want to use, right? So let me just give an example. For example, let's say this part where I come here and I'm out of frame, I am just going to, split and remove that from the picture. So what I'm going to do is just possibly split here, and if I don't want to use this clip, all you want to do is just delete it by going right here to remove, okay? Or if you don't want any other thing, let's say you want to take out this part again where I am out of frame, what I'm just going to do is to just trim it, okay, by sliding this left or right, okay? So this is what I'm going to do to reduce this to somewhere around 1 minute 30 seconds. Then from there we can now start working. there's a lot of clip or footage of me trying to open up this cap, which is just wasting time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come right here and cut right here where the cap is falling off, the cover of the shine and jam, right? So I'm just going to cut, split here, delete this part because I don't need this part, and so it's just going to flow. Let me show you what I mean. Also, you can see that this is not in the middle, so what you can do is just click on the clip you're working with and just move it. Try to make sure that you cover the black bars. You would know by seeing these two lines by the side. These two red lines will tell you that it's balanced. Okay, so just keep it in the middle, and this is what we have. So you can see now I'm trying to bring this into the frame. It looks blurry, of course, and I'm just going to try to cut just a little bit after it has come into frame, and then just transition into the clear version. This is what I mean. Okay, and then from that clear version, I'm now going to transition again into me opening it. I don't know if you guys understand, but yeah, basically. So we're back to trimming. Okay, so now that we're done trimming, we can now start editing. Now before I go on to edit the first clip, I want you guys to take note of what we have here. This is my first transition. Now this right here is a transition of me showing my hair before, and then it's going to transition as I turn to the after, right? So this place we need to bring in the after from the last part of this video. So I'm going to scroll now to the ending and just lift this up. So this is the part where I spin, right, and it just comes together. So we'll just press and hold this to lift it, and then just drag it down to the front and put it where it's supposed to be, so that that transition can just flow seamlessly. Okay, so yeah, here. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. We're still going to trim. Take note that this 5 minutes is still going to come down to 1 minute, so trim as much as possible. So you can see here now it needs to transition, so I'm going this way, so somewhere around here. Okay, and let's see how that just plays out. So now this I feel like is too short, but we can't tell because there's no music, right? As of now, I think this is the best time to add your music so that you can edit to the beat of the music, and that way you're not just trimming carelessly, you're trimming to the beat. Okay, so from this 5 minutes we'll trim it down to 1 minute with a beat or whatever music you're going to be using. But for me, I'm going to be using instrumentals from YouTube audio library because this is going on YouTube, so it has to be copyright free music. Okay, so I'm just going to import my music right now. Okay, so this is the app which I use. Now I'm going to go on to where I have the clip I want and just use that. Okay, so I found the song which I want to use. Okay, and I'm just going to import this onto the editing software, right? So you can't get music directly from the software, from this app rather. You have to go through another app, which I don't know why, because if you come to audio right here and you want to add music, it's not going to give you that option, right? So you have to use an external app, either through WhatsApp, Zenda, or what I use, which is a T downloader app, to import whatever song you want onto this app. Okay, so now this is a song which I want to use. So I just trimmed this to the part which I want the intro to have, to the particular beat which I want, basically. So you can trim the song. Let's say you want the song to start playing from maybe 1 minute, you can trim it down to wherever you want it to start playing from. Okay, so I have where I want it to start playing from, and that's where it's just going to start from. So I'm just going to move this to the beginning and then work on the transition. So this is what it's going to be looking like when we transition. Okay, so I'm going to slow this down because this is too fast. I'm just going to slow this down a bit so that it just flows. And this is out of frame, so we'll move this right, perfect. So from this we transition into that. Okay, so because I'm turning, I'm going out of frame again. So what we can do is try to adjust this to the point where it's just centralized in general, right? So from this we move, and yeah, it's incomplete, so I'm going to bring some clips from behind, like the finished look, and import them to the front. So let's just go to the back, get some really nice clips. Yes, this one where I flip my hair. So we're going to move this to the front. I love it. We'll just move this to the front. So because this, I'm flipping my hair, this looks very aggressive, to be very honest with you. So from here, I'm just going to split this and make this part to be slower so that we flip the hair with some sass, you know. So we keep that at 0.50 so that the speed is a bit slow, and I'm just going to play this for you guys to see what it looks like right now. Okay, so that looks not so bad, right? That doesn't look bad at all. So we have the intro on check. Before you go deep into editing, one thing that I would advise you to do is to try to silence and take out all the sounds of all the clips, because it's an Instagram tutorial. So take out all the sound, mute every single thing. This is something that we should have done in the beginning. My bad. I'm really sorry I didn't point this out in the beginning. But anyways, what you can do to mute everything, you can't do everything at once. You have to mute one by one. So it's better to do it in the beginning where you have longer clips than when you have these shorter clips that are much. Okay, so you can do this by just clicking on each footage, go on to audio, and then just mute it. That way the sound, that's the background noise, does not affect the quality of the tutorial in general. So mute the sounds from all the clips, that way it just flows and the audio is clean. So this is what we have, right? I'm done muting all the clips. We have no background noise. The audio is crisp and clear. This is what the beginning is looking like. Now I'm going to show you guys how I'm just going to transform this using an inbuilt transition, right? So let me just play this for you guys. You see, that doesn't hit on the spot. It doesn't hit on that beat, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click on this. This is going to give you the different transitions. Okay, so now I'm going to use the zoom transition, and you would see the difference that makes with hitting on the beat. Okay, so let me just play that for you guys. Just blended into the song. We can see how that just synced into the song. We can see how that just elevated the content. Okay, so transitions, you can either use inbuilt, just like now we used an inbuilt transition, as well as transition which we created by ourselves, which is transitioning from the before onto the after. Okay, so we're doing manual transitions as well as the inbuilt app transitions, which just makes it bomb. Okay, so yeah, that's something you should put into consideration. Okay, so this is my outro, right? I'm gonna play the full thing for you guys to see, but this is my outro, and I want to fix it before I play the whole thing, just so that you guys can, follow through. Okay, so from this is where the transition goes to the finished look. Okay, so I want to use the same transition which I used in the beginning, which is the zoom, right? And I'm just going to click on that, and that will just zoom in basically. But now I also want to take you guys on the whole process on how we got this clip. So let me just play every single thing so that you guys can watch it, and then I'll explain a couple of things as we go on. Okay, so this part is the outro. We still have from 53 seconds down to 1 minute to make our outro. So we have 7 seconds rather. So we have 7 seconds for the outro. Now we're going to fix all of that later, but I want to explain to you guys, because I'm sure some of you are wondering how hair is very fast and everything just happens so quick. Well, all you have to do is just fast forward. Okay, fast forward what works to the beat. So this part, you would see that this is on normal speed, that's ×1. You would see that this is also ×1, but this one is a little bit faster. Okay, this is a little bit faster, just so that we can hit this beat at this point. So try to speed up a couple of things. This one is also fastened by 3 times. Okay, so that's why you can see ×3 over here. This one as well. Okay, so I'm shaking the bottle, right, and then it just shows the brand of the styling mousse which I'm about to use, and then the transition from that into how it comes out, and then the transition again into me applying it on my hair. So basically that's how you work with transitions. So you can see this transition right here, right from this part where I show the tools or the hair accessories which I'm going to be using. And then I love details, guys. I love details. I want to show you what the ring or the hair accessory looks like. So I'm putting that in front of the camera now, and then this is a little bit fast because it goes, and you can see that this is a little bit blurred out, so it won't be nice for it to be so slow. So it's a little bit fast, so I just transition from here, and then it's on my hair, right? So the same thing here. Okay, and then next is this other ring, which I'm just going to transition again, make it fast. And you can see here, this is ×1.75. As I'm about putting it on my hair, I increase the speed just for that sassy effect. I don't know if I want to call it the sassy effect, but basically it just makes it brings life to the content when it's, can you guys see? I'll play it again just so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But basically that fast movement is just something that I love, when it transitions from fast to slow and stuff like that. And then I don't have to show you guys that it has entered my hair. You would see it here that it has already been fixed. So try to cut out some things that are unnecessary and just leave the most important things. By doing a lot of this, by showing a lot of details, you can see detailing here, you can see detailing here, you can also see details. Okay, so all these details, including this one, this one just makes your content more engaging. Okay, so now I'm going to play the whole clip again just so that we can see what everything just looks like and how I've explained this part, because I know this is the most, is the fastest part of the clip, and some of you might be wondering why and how. Okay, so just fasten things up a bit, slow things down a bit, and you have it. Okay, so let's just go back to the beginning. Also, before I forget, you can see here that the way I am laying my edges, right, I'm not continuously staying on one spot. It makes it more engaging, in my opinion, to go like one swoop, the next swoop, and the next swoop. That way it also falls into the beat of the song. Don't worry, watch out for it again when I play the full clip. Now I want to just scroll through to see if there's any other thing which I need to explain. Okay, this is another transition, right? So you can see here I'm loosening my hair to blend it into the clippings, right? And it just transitions to when I've blended it, and there we go. Okay, so try to work your transitions, try to think about your transitions so that they can just flow. Okay, so I'm just going through all of this. Okay, so we still haven't done the outro, right? So this is what it's basically looking like, and I absolutely love it. You can see here I'm trying to make eye contact. If you follow me well, you know that I love making eye contact with you guys. It doesn't matter how many seconds, but I just have to have eye contact with my audience. No matter how little, try to make eye contact. Okay, we're gonna add some text now just to watermark my video as my own, because these days wherever your video goes to, you want it to be watermarked so that people can always find your page. So this is my Instagram handle, and I'm just going to use a text, drag it to the bottom, and just reduce that. Extend this to cover the whole 1 minute. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. You can see my name is there throughout. Now what I want to do is to change the font. You can use whatever font you want. So we'll just leave this at the bottom, and that way whoever sees this video knows that this is my video. No matter where the video gets to, once they see it and they see my name, they can always search for me on Instagram. So this is a plus. Okay, so if I want to add some bubble effects, okay, all I have to do is just come right here to effects, click on lens flare, right, and this just adds flare to the whole picture. But this now is too bright, so what I'm going to do is just to kind of stretch this out of the frame. Okay, and then you can see the bubbles, this right here. Now we're done with editing. It's time to export this video, so you can go on to export, and I like to make sure that it is at 4K and just save. Okay guys, so that is the end of that. I really hope it wasn't complex. I tried to make it as simplified and at a beginner's level, but at the same time still giving a lot of tips, still giving a lot of key points, and still giving quality value, even though I wanted it to be at the beginner's level, just so that it's not, you know, too complicated. for anyone that wants to start. Okay, so yeah, I really hope you guys got something. I really hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you if you watched the part 1, the part 2, the part 3, and I'm so grateful. If you are new and you enjoyed this video, why won't you just subscribe? There's more content like this coming through for you, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's it guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.